So hello everyone, good evening. My name is Akshat Negi. Good evening, good morning, whatever. So in this video we are going to discuss some points regarding the chartered accountancy course, and in particular in this video I'm going to tell you some points or some reasons why you should do or why you should not do or why you should go forward with this course. Like recently the foundation result was out, and after it many of the people have tried to get to know more about this course. Like some of the people before coming to the CA course were not aware about many of the things of this course, and some people currently doing the CA course might also not be aware about these points. And these points have came to me over the past 2-3 years in my research through talking to the existing chartered accountants, the qualifying chartered accountants, and also those who have failed to do so, or who have been trying to give attempts since 3-4 years, or some people have been giving attempts since 7-8 years, like 15-16 attempts. And in this video I'm going to explain some of the facts which you should know before continuing this course. And in this video by no means I am trying to demotivate you to not go ahead with this course. This course is a very wonderful course, and I'm just here to bring you some facts which you should know before coming to this course. So let us first understand what a chartered accountant basically does. So you might have heard that a chartered accountant basically does auditing, taxation, and a lot. But there's a misconception in the market that a chartered if you're good at accounts, you should do chartered accountancy, because CA is a course of accountancy. And I would like to bring it to your notice that this is not the case, that CA is not a course on accountancy. CA is not a course on accountancy because out of the 19-20 papers whatever we have around 19 papers, like 4, 8 and 7 divided through the curriculum, foundation, intermediate, and the final curriculum. We have these courses divided in 3 basic segments: foundation pe 4, then 8 in the intermediate, and then 7 or 8 in the finals. I'm not aware about the current I'm sorry, it could be 7 or 8, whatever. So first let us understand what are the subjects which are going to be taught to you over the course due. So you are going to be taught subjects like let us first start with accountancy. So we have around 3 to 4 papers on accountancy, 2 in the 3 papers we have 2 papers in CA intermediate, that is accountancy and your advanced accounts. And then in the CA final curriculum we have FR, which is financial reporting, that is accounts basically. So we have 300 marks, 400 marks out of 1900, 2000 marks in CA. We are trained to prepare accounts regarding accounting standards, keeping in mind the accounting standards, the Ind AS, the IFRS, and other accounting principles, the GAAP, etc., the IFRS, etc., etc. So it will make you a professional. It will teach you how to create accounts, how to prepare accounts professionally. But once you qualify the chartered accountancy course, it is not a course which is going to be your niche, that you are not going to prepare your accounts for a company. Whereas a chartered accountants basically these days are working in 5 to 6 basic domains. So I'm going to list out the domains and I'm going to explain the domains which are there. I'm sorry for the disturbance behind. So people in CA curriculum during the articleship pursue the articleship in 4 to 5. Articleship is a 3-year internship, compulsory internship for those of you who don't know about the CA curriculum. So we have the foundation ke 8 months baad we have to give intermediate mein we have 8 papers. There are some nitty-gritties to it, but let's not get into those. Then intermediate ke baad you have to give a 3 years ka internship, or after doing that 3 years ka internship there is final exam. Once you give that final exams, you are a qualified chartered accountant. So in the course of that 3 years, you learn variety of things depending on the place you are learning it from. Like if you are learning it from a small firm, small CA firm, you might be exposed to things like tax, audit, costing, etc., auditing, etc. at the same time. Internal control, risk advisory, financial due diligence, and mergers and acquisition, etc., etc. at the same time. But if you are doing your articleship from a big firm, you are going to give your 3 years to a specific domain, let's say auditing. So there are many streams or many domains or many niche in which you can pursue this course, many specializations which you can go for in the course of these 3 years. So these start from auditing. Auditing is basically the accountants has made the accounts, prepared the accounts. You just have to check if the accounts have been prepared with that the financial statements prepared are free of any material misstatement. Material misstatement means like if Reliance is creating its or preparing its financial accounts, if there is some figure misstated by, let's say, 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees, that won't create that big of an issue. But let's say if there is a firm or if there is a company whose annual turnover is less than 5 lakhs and then it has a material misstatement of, let's say, 80,000 rupees or 70,000 rupees or maybe 1 lakh rupees, then it is going to be a material misstatement for the particular company, because that percentage wise it is very significant to the preparation of that accounts. So you have to check, you have to match the vouchers, like जो bills होते हैं, you have to match them with the accounts ki if the entries have been made सही से and if there is any problems in the accounts. So there are two kinds of audit. One is stat audit and another is internal audit. Internal audit, the stat audit is which I told you just regarding the financial statement preparation and all that stuff. But in the internal audit or the risk advisory, these days it is being called risk advisory or internal audit. So in this, you have to check if the internal working of the business is going smoothly or not. Like if you have a factory, you have a manufacturing concern, and if you have a factory, so in that business, if the factory is generating adequate output which it should have generated, let's say there are some issues in the factory, so the internal auditor has to prepare a report regarding the same, ki what are the problems being faced in the internal working of the factory. And this will involve reporting of different employees, like how are the employees working, how are the factory workers working, and how are the machinery and the property, plant and equipment of a particular factory being utilized to its fullest, or maybe at if it is underutilized or something. So we have stat audit and internal audit that I just explained to you. Then second comes taxation. Taxation mein there is two basic things, 2 or 3. One is international taxation, which is a very profound and which is a very specific field, and getting an articleship in specifically international taxation is kind of difficult, and you have a very good career in international taxation also, but it is very difficult to get into. Like I'll talk about other departments also which is difficult to get into. So but you can eventually lead up to that. International taxation is custom duty and all that. But there is GST. GST is goods and services tax. You might be aware of the tax, how it works and all. So GST mein you have returns. You have to file GST ki returns. Like GST ka returns is basically if I sell something for 100 rupees to a person in which 10 rupees ka there is GST, and that person in turn sell it to another person for let's say 120 और उसमें 15 rupees का GST है, तो उस बंदे ने 10 रुपए का GST दिया and he paid 10 rupees का GST to me and 15 rupees का GST he received from the buyer. So there is a 5 rupee ka difference. This 5 rupee difference is going to be refunded to him, the person to whom I sold. So all filing of these returns, GST returns, output returns, and also registration, GST registration. For example, if there is a shop and they want to register themselves, they want to get a GSTIN number and all that. So GST की you have to file returns and all that. Then इसमें litigation भी आता है. Litigation is basically legal formalities, legal compliances, and maybe if there is a legal case, like the government says I have to pay 1 lakh rupees of GST, and I say that I don't have to. So I'll have to file I'll have to go to the court. I'll have to hire a lawyer. So along with CA, many people do LLB. So what this is basically done when people are in the field of taxation. So taxation में litigation में you can do is that you can get your bar license, and after getting into the bar, you can practice as a tax lawyer. So you'll have to fight cases for your clients and a lot. And same is the case with income tax. Income tax maybe you have income tax ka register, income tax, or then filing e-returns and all that, filing of forms and compliances, then litigation, and also there is tax planning. You can become a tax planner for people, like for high net individuals or for corporates. You can tell them how to plan finance, how to plan tax, or how to you can give consultancy to people or to corporates. You can own your consultancy firm, open your own consultancy firm, which would give which would give consultancy on these domains of tax. Then there is mergers and acquisition and financial due diligence. This is all about finance. You will create financial models, you will create valuations, and you will work into the compliance of mergers and acquisition. Like for example, if Reliance acquires Future Retail, it won't buy the Future Retail shares at the market price. It will buy at a lower price or a higher price, at whatever price the company is valued. So you have to create the value. You have to find the intrinsic value of a firm or a company. For a company or a firm, whatever. And there is financial diligence and all that. Then there is forensic audit, and there are many other things. Forensic audit is also something which is very specific and which is very difficult to find an articleship into, but it is a very growth oriented segment. Yeah, like you can earn good money in that. So I just explained you some of the streams or some of the things which a chartered accountant does. So if you are interested in all these things, you should go forward with the course. If you are not willing to do any of this, yeah, and also there's costing and other things, but costing is more of a CMA thing than a CA thing. So you have to create cost models and all that how is the cost managed for a company. Let's say कि if a company is manufacturing t-shirts, so t-shirts में button का cost कितना है, then stitching का cost कितना है, clothes का cost कितना है, and all that. So cost of a business, the cost of a manufacturing concern, what cost it is incurring, and how can it reduce its cost, how can it maximize its profits, and how to manage the cost part of it. So these are some streams in which a CA works. A CA also works in many industrial aspects also. I'm not denying the fact, but these are some of the core things which a CA does. So if you are interested in any of the following or if any of the above mentioned streams, you should go forward with this stream, with the course. This course is a wonderful course, and I'm also personally doing it. So now let's get into some of the truths which you might have heard about CA, but it doesn't bother you too much, but it should. So as a true fact, and I'm not saying if it is true or not, but it is an allegation against the CA Institute, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. These are not my words, and these are just the allegations which have been filed against the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, or ICI, is the governing body of all chartered accountants in this country, like Bar Council of India for lawyers and Medical Council, and we have other things for different professions. We have ICI for CA, for those of you who don't know. So ICI conducts all examinations. ICI provides the degree of chartered accountancy, the certificate of practice and all that. So it is alleged against the ICI, against the institute, that they manipulate the result. What do I mean by manipulating the result? You might have heard that people often say that in the CA course only 10% or 3% or 2% or 15% or 1% people only pass. So the allegation is that the institute wants to maintain the supply in the market. Supply of chartered accountants. There is a lot of demand of chartered accountants, but the supply needs to be maintained of the chartered accountants, because if the supply increases, the price will automatically decrease. The demand will start getting meet up, and there will be excess supply and low demand sooner or later, like we have in the engineering course or a lot of courses. We have seen that supply has been very significantly high and the demand has been decreasing. So because of that, engineers are not getting the adequate pay they should get for the work they do. And the same could happen with this chartered accountants, and for the same purpose the institute manipulates the result. It is alleged that they manipulate. I'm not saying they manipulate, I'm just saying. So what do I mean by manipulation? For example, you gave an exam. So in the CA exams, you have to pass in all the exams. Let's say you are giving CA Foundation, you have 4 exams. In each exam you have to get 40 out of 100, and aggregate you have to bring 200 marks. So you have to bring 50%, that is 200 marks out of 400, and 40% excuse me, and 40% in every marks, that is 40 marks in every. So let's say you got 40 marks in every subject, 50 marks in every subject, 51, 52, 53, above 50, and you scored good marks. Okay, you scored around 240, 250 out of 400. You are pass. You'll pass the CA Foundation. But it is said that institute often, what institute does is that if you are passing the exam, if you got above 55, let's say if you got 55, the institute will give you 0 on question, like the institute will cut marks for those questions to which you have given the right answer. Let's say there is a question for 8 marks. You should get 7 marks out of 8. But the institute will give 0 marks to you. 0. Just because they want to maintain the supply of the because they want to maintain the supply of chartered accountants. And this is often said in the CA curriculum and also the CA fraternity, that the institute manipulates marks, and it is taken as a prejudice, and it is often said that CA में तो अच्छे से अच्छे बच्चे भी पास फेल हो जाते हैं, the toppers or the people who score 98, 99% in 12th and who top their schools, who top their cities, who top their districts, they also fail in CA Foundation, CA Final, and even CA Intermediate, etc. So it is not that the students are at fault. It is that the institute is at fault. And you might be thinking, what about rechecking and all? So the institute will give you the answer scripts. You can get the answer scripts, and first they used to take 1,000 rupees, I guess, for the sheet, for one sheet. Then some of the teachers found some loopholes to RTI, and then RTI से अब 10 रुपए में पूरी answer script आ जाती है. So if you get answer script from RTI, or from let's say by paying 1,000 rupees to the institute, whatever the institute's procedure is, you cannot file for rechecking. You can just file for retotaling. You cannot file for rechecking. You can just file for retotaling. And there was a whole CA protest in the year 2019 that we want rechecking and we want the amendment. We want an amendment in the CA Act that the institute should recheck our papers. But it was a lot of buzz, and then everything just kind of cooled down. So you'll have to realize that in this course, particularly in CA course, I don't know about the other courses, but in the CA course, luck matters a lot. Luck matters a lot because teachers who are checking your paper, if they have a bad mood, or if by any means your sheet is given wrong marks, your 6 months are down the drain and you'll have to give the exams again. And again means if art paper hai, art paper mein se if you fail in 2 papers, you'll have to give all the 8 papers again. I'm not explaining the group system and all the exemptions and all that, but usme bhi hai kuch loopholes. But if you fail in 2 papers, let's say 8, you had 8 papers, 8 mein se you fail in 2 papers, you'll have to give all the 8 papers again, and this is pathetic and ridiculous that the institute is still going for this kind of behavior. The American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, or the ACCA association, they have been quite adamant on the fact that if a person or if a student pass a particular exam, they won't have to give the specific exams again. For example, I pass in costing, I'll not have to give costing again, I'll have to give the rest of the papers again in which I failed. So these are some of the factors which are not being talked about in the CA curriculum. But this is not the end of it. There's whole sunk cost fiasco, which I'm going to explain to you. Sunk cost is basically कि if you manufacture something, let's say if you manufacture let's say mobile phones. So mobile phones में you said that you'll produce or you'll manufacture 1 lakh units. You manufacture 1 lakh units, but अब तुम्हारे जो units थे they are not selling. You are not generating profit out of it. So अब तुम क्या करते हो? You try to get onto the break even, ताकि at least जो तुम्हारी cost है वो minimize हो जाए. You produce more ताकि तुम्हारी cost minimize हो जाए, ताकि तुम्हें loss कम हो. और यही CA course में भी होता है. Let me explain how. If you fail in CA Inter, let's say if you pass in CA Foundation, ठीक है, you come to CA Inter. CA Inter की coaching is on an average 60 to 70. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. The camera went off. Yeah, I was saying कि I was explaining the sunk cost fiasco. So sunk cost is basically you produce more, like I explained in the previous part, that the sunk cost is basically you produce more to get to break even or to reduce your cost, to reduce your losses. So let's say you passed in CA Foundation. You come to CA Inter. CA Inter में you have to pay 18,000 rupees to the institute for registration. That is valid for 3 years. Like 3 years में you can give as many attempts you want. 6 attempt you can give. But the coaching is on an average 60 to 70,000 for all the subjects combined. Like you can go as high as 1 lakh rupees, or like there's nothing below 50,000. 50,000 so you have to spend on at least. So once you spend 50,000 and you fail, let's say you spend 60,000 and plus 18,000, that is almost 78,000. ठीक है, लगभग 80,000 खर्च करके you fail in CA Foundation, CA Inter, I'm sorry. You think कि चलो एक बार एक attempt और देख लेते हैं. You give another attempt, and in this example I'm assuming that you are a good student और तुम्हें पास हो जाना चाहिए था. Let's say institute तुम्हें fail कर रहा है, ठीक है. Let's say institute is trying to fail you. ठीक है, वो तुम्हारा बैड लक है कि तुम बार बार हो जाते हो, उस लिस्ट में आ जाते हो विच ऑफ द पीपल हु शुड फेल. लाइक देयर इज नॉट अ लिस्ट की दीज पीपल आर गोइंग टू फेल. दिस इज जस्ट कि 15% निकालना है, तो 15% के बाद जो भी पेपर देखेंगे उनमें लोगों को फेल करना शुरू कर देंगे. सो यू गिव वन मोर अटेम्प्ट, देन यू थिंक कि यार इस बार पढ़ाई नहीं की, आई गिव वन मोर अटेम्प्ट. देन यू थिंक कि यार इस बार लगता है इंस्टीट्यूट ने फेल कर दिया, एक और अटेम्प्ट दे के देखते हैं. फिर एक ऐसा अटेम्प्ट आएगा जिसमें यू विल स्टडी, देन यू विल थिंक कि इंस्टीट्यूट ने फेल कर दिया, कभी इंस्टीट्यूट फेल कर रहा है, कभी तुम फेल हो रहे हो, एंड यू स्टिक इन टू दिस लूप कि कभी ऐसे ऐसे सर्कल, और देयर इज अ सर्कल और देयर इज अ लूप कि यू आर जस्ट फॉलिंग इन टू द लूप. You are giving attempts पे attempts and attempts and attempts and attempts and attempts, और तुम्हारी अभी आर्टिकलशिप भी शुरू ही नहीं हुई, and now you're 23, 24, all your friends and all your other colleagues or classmates are doing good jobs and all that, and you are still stuck at intermediate. अभी you have to do a 3 years का articleship, then you have to prepare for finals and give finals. हो सकता है कि intermediate you clear after 8 attempts. 8 attempts is almost 4 years. ठीक है, at let's say 17 पे you started and 22 पे you give CA inter. Then after CA inter, after passing the CA inter, you start your articleship. 3 years of articleship, 25 years के हो गए. फिर उसके बाद you have to pass finals. Let's say finals में you get attempts. You have to give more and more and more and more and more attempts. Let's say उसमें भी 6 attempt लग गए. So at the age of 28 you become chartered accountant, and when you become chartered accountant you have whole of your life to go ahead to. 28 के बाद पूरी लाइफ आगे है, एंड जो तुम्हारे दोस्त 21 की एज पे या 22 की एज पे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स बन गए, दे आर 6 to 7 years ahead of you. And doing CA is not a journey. This journey is after CA, after you qualify your chartered accountant, because that's when you start growing. While doing the course you don't grow. Like you can grow on a knowledge or a emotional level, but you don't grow on a professional level. Yes, there's this 3 years of articleship, but that is कि सबके पास है. The particular what you grow into is after you qualify. And if you qualify at 28, or let's say 28, let's say 24, 25, you are 2 to 3 years before, you are 2 to 3 years away from all your colleagues and all the other chartered accountants who passed in first attempt. And this is not a problem because of you. Let's say institute failed you, so your confidence starts to decrease. People start losing hair, like people have hair loss, people start getting fat and health issues, diabetic and all that, because you are studying for 8 to 10 to 15 hours a day, 16 to 17 to 18 hours a day. You are reading between the lines, and you are reading the whole tax module, the whole income tax act, and while you sleep you see dreams, you get dreams of section 80C, section 80CCD. तुम्हारे ड्रीम्स में आ रहा है सैलरी, रेजिडेंशियल एम्प्लॉय, PGBP, those accounts के AS19, AS27, AS26, then उसके बाद AS12 and AS9, AS10, all this is coming to your face. हाँ, so तुम्हारे ड्रीम्स में you are getting accountancy, accounting standards, auditing and assurance, ऐसे 550, ऐसे 230, यही सब आ रहा है. You are studying and studying and studying. You are in that loop. You are studying 18 hours, 20 hours a day. You are not focusing on your health. You are not focusing on your mental health, let alone physical health. Physical health तो छोड़ ही देते हैं लोग. Then mental health. Then as long as you get into the loop, you are stuck in that loop ki you are going round and round, and just that circle of failing and giving the attempts again, you lose a lot on your confidence. You think that you are not good enough for the profession, but that is दैट इज़ नॉट लाइक ट्रू ना कि इफ़ यू आर नॉट गुड इनफ फॉर द कोर्स, ऐसा थोड़ी कोर्स थोड़ी डिफाइन कर रहा है तुम्हें, या किसी भी एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन को कोई कोर्स थोड़ी डिफाइन कर सकता है. अ थर्ड पर्सन कैन नॉट डिफाइन, राइट, इफ़ यू शुड पास द लाइक नॉट इफ कि आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि थर्ड पर्सन को नहीं कि हम खुद ही चेक कर लें पेपर. आई एम सेइंग कि अ थर्ड पर्सन डज नॉट डिफाइन योर कॉन्फिडेंस ना. You yourself will define your confidence. People always often people suffer from low confidence, low self-esteem, and these are the reasons that you tend to give the confidence ka chabi into the hands of other people. The key to your confidence into the other people's hand, which is this ridiculous. Now, how can a third person decide your confidence who doesn't even know you? If someone knows you personally a lot, and like if they have been with you for 10-12 years and like they know you personally a lot, मतलब बहुत अच्छे से, then if they say something, it might hamper your confidence if you care about them, like if you care about their opinion. So people stick into this loop of low confidence, low self-esteem, then people start losing on their physical and mental health. And then people start blaming the CA course कि CA कोर्स ही ख़राब है. नहीं, CA कोर्स ख़राब नहीं है, people pass. दिक्कत बहुत है CA कोर्स में. There's a lot of problems, but there might be many problems. A lot of problems. But ऐसा भी नहीं है कि कोई पास नहीं हो रहा है. जिस दिन कोई पास नहीं होगा उस दिन ये CA कोर्स ही ख़राब है. ठीक है, that's a big lecture on confidence. But so now let's get to, we have two more points. ठीक है, one I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence and automation and how it is going to affect, and the other point is I'm going to explain all the points in this video itself. हो सकता है वो बीच में एक बार कैमरा रुक गया था, I might 2 बार कैमरा रुक गया था बीच में फ़ोन का. So I might post it into 4 parts or 3 parts or whatever, but if I don't get time to merge them all, but ये पूरा एक साथ ही जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं कि एक वीडियो आज आ रही है, एक वीडियो कल आ रही है, एक वीडियो परसों आ रही है, ये चारों वीडियो साथ में आएंगी यूट्यूब पे. ठीक है, सो और यूट्यूब पे आएगी वीडियो. या सो व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग इज कि अभी 2 पॉइंट और डिस्कस करने बचे हैं, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे और द इंस्टीट्यूट कैसे पैसे छाप रहा है हमसे. ठीक है, दैट इज जस्ट अ जोक. ठीक है, इट इज़ टू बी टेकन अ लाइट ह्यूमर काइंड ऑफ थिंग. ह्यूमर तो नहीं है, बट इट इज़ अ प्रॉब्लम. आई एम नॉट एलिजिंग द इंस्टीट्यूट कि वो ये ऐसा कुछ कर रहा है. आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि मार्केट में दीज आर सम एलिगेशंस अगेंस्ट द इंस्टीट्यूट. ठीक है, बट ये इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ठीक है, नहीं, ये वाला पॉइंट हम रहने देते हैं. लेट्स नॉट डिस्कस दिस पॉइंट. आई डोंट वांट एनी लीगल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस. कहीं मेरे घर पे भी इंस्टीट्यूट नोटिस भेज दे. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, सो यू पीपल नो दैट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड ऑटोमेशन आर गोइंग टू मेक इट्स वे इन द नेक्स्ट 20-25 years, and how it will affect the scope of this course. You'll have to understand the basic purpose of a chartered accountant is auditing. ठीक है, auditing is the first principal work of a chartered accountant. We have a statutory auditing authority. We मतलब the chartered accountants, the whole qualified chartered accountants have a auditing authority. They can sign on a balance sheet of a company and say it is free of any material misstatement or it is an audited financial report. They have a legal power to do so. And इस legal power को dilute ना हो, इसलिए also institute tries to maintain the supply, because you cannot give the auditing authority to anyone. ऐसा नहीं कि हर दूसरे बंदे के पास auditing authority है, because auditing authority is a big deal, because people invest in companies when they read these financial audited reports, and if these audited reports are false and too diluted, then it is a problem for the nation. CAs are also known as the custodians of the nation's wealth. the people of the nation's wealth. ठीक है? So automation is going to affect it, the CA course, not a lot, but it is going to affect a lot. Let me explain how. Auditing में what we do is we do everything right from vouchering. Vouchering is like voucher से compare करना, the invoice or the bill से we compare to the accounts if it is same. But once automation, blockchain and all these technologies come, then everything is going to be connected. Voucher जैसे ही आपके फॉर्म में आता है या आपके जैसी कंपनी में आता है, it will get accounted for अपने आप से. ठीक है? This is the power of blockchain and artificial intelligence, that the AI is going to recognize कि what kind of transaction it is वाउचर से, और उस वाउचर से थ्रू ब्लॉकचेन एक ब्लॉक से दूसरी ब्लॉक, आई एम गोइंग टू मेक अ डिफरेंट वीडियो ऑन ब्लॉकचेन ऑल्सो. ठीक है? बाद में. हाँ, तो देयर इज गोइंग टू बी अ चेन ऑफ कमांड्स कि सबसे पहले अकाउंटिंग हो रही है, फिर अकाउंटिंग के बाद वाउचर से अकाउंट दोबारा कंफर्म हो रहा है, फिर रीकन्फर्म हो रहा है, फिर उसके बाद एक ऑडिट रिपोर्ट बन रही है. ये सारा काम हो सकता है. दो इट इज़ नॉट दैट रिलायबल कि कोई ह्यूमन कर रहा है. ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन से ज़्यादा रिलायबल होगा, बट ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन ऑल्सो फ्रॉडुलेंट हो सकती है. बट AI की फ्रॉडुलेंट नहीं होगी मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली. हो सकता है कि इट इज़ यूज्ड इन अ रॉन्ग वे, बट मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली फ्रॉडुलेंट नहीं होगी. हो भी सकती है, बट दैट इज़ अ होल अनदर टॉपिक कि फ्रॉड कैसे हो सकता है. बट व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, blockchain and automation is going to affect it a lot. The CA course, the auditing part, taxation में भी also as the compliance become more easier and easier, और artificial intelligence आने के बाद और ये सब नई टेक्नोलॉजीज आने के बाद the compliance is going to reduce, because compliance होती क्यों है इतनी? compliance इसलिए होती है ताकि कोई भी लूप होल ना रह जाए, ताकि बंदे से 500 फॉर्म क्यों भरवाते हैं? बंदे से 500 फॉर्म इसलिए भराते हैं कि 500 फॉर्म में से कोई भी 2 जगह पे अगर बंदे ने डिफरेंट आंसर दे रखा है या डिफरेंट एंट्री फिल कर रखी है, तो वो डिस्क्रिपेंसी से इंसान पकड़ा जाए, कोई भी फ्रॉड होने वाला हो तो पकड़ा जाए. बट जहाँ पे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और ये सब आ जाता है, ब्लॉकचेन ऑटोमेशन वगैरह आ जाता है, वहाँ पे फ्रॉड करना आसान हो ना हो, बट फ्रॉड को ट्रैक करना, क्या एक एंट्री को ट्रैक करना इज़ वेरी इजी. तो कंप्लायंस होपफुली विल, ये सब मेरा ओपिनियन, ऑटोमेशन पे पूरा मेरा ओपिनियन. दिस वीडियो इज़ एन ओपिनियन, दिस वीडियो इज जस्ट एन ओपिनियन एंड नॉट सम फैक्ट्स. ठीक है? अर्लियर पार्ट ऑफ द वीडियो में मैंने थोड़े बहुत फैक्ट्स तो बताए थे कि ऑल अबाउट द आर्टिकलशिप एंड ऑल दैट, कि स्ट्रीम्स में क्या क्या होता है. बट दिस वीडियो इज नीड्स टू बी टेकन इन एन ओपिनियन फॉर्म एंड नॉट कि यही होगा. 100% नहीं होगा, 80% हो सकता है हो, 90% हो सकता हो, बट 99% भी हो सकता हो, बट 100% नहीं होगा. सो ऑटोमेशन अफेक्ट करेगा, एंड यू नीड टू रियलाइज दैट कि आज से 20-25 साल बाद यू माइट बिकम अनएम्प्लॉयड इफ़ यू आर डूइंग जस्ट वन थिंग. सो यू नीड टू डू मेनी अदर थिंग्स कि एटलीस्ट तुम्हारे पास बहुत सारी अलग अलग चीज़ें हों करने को. और CA कोर्स, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा मैं CA कोर्स तुम्हें सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ सिखाता है. CA कोर्स इज़ अ वेरी डिवर्स कोर्स, इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें सिखाते हैं तुम्हें. और मैं ये भी नहीं बोल रहा कि यू शुड नॉट डू CA. आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि इफ़ यू आर डूइंग CA यू शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ दिस फैक्ट कि तुम जानबूझ से फेल किए जा सकते हो, और अगर तुम फेल हो गए तो यू कैन नॉट पॉइंट फिंगर्स एट एनी वन. यू कैन नॉट पॉइंट फिंगर्स एट द इंस्टीट्यूट, बिकॉज इफ यू डू सो no one is going to listen to you. People are going to listen to you, they are going to sympathize with you. They are going to say कि सब ठीक हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. कुछ नहीं होने वाला. You'll have to give the exams again. The institute is not changing. It might change, but it is not changing soon enough. So these are few of the points why you should not do CA, or why you should do CA, and who should do CA, or why should a person do or not do CA, when should a person do CA, etc, etc. So thank you for watching my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like the video, and also what you can do is you can check out my other videos if you like the content. I post content on stock market, finance, personal finance, and also I'm going to post a lot of content on CA curriculum and other things regarding the same, some career things like CFA, etc, etc. So if you are interested in these things, and if you are a 12th pass commerce, or if you are into graduation or post graduation or anything, this is something which is going. This channel is going to educate more and more. I'm going to try to educate more and more, and I am also going to make more and more new videos. अब धीरे धीरे, I'm sorry कि I was not posting for a long time. I don't have any मतलब मेरे पास कोई बहाना नहीं है for this. I was just lazy for that. ठीक है. So thank you for watching. You can subscribe to the channel, and yes, the YouTube analytics. मैंने Instagram पे I posted also that I just checked my YouTube analytics. YouTube Studio का ऐप होता है like for the creators and all that. If you don't know, तो उसमें ना पूरा दिख जाता है कि कौन आपकी वीडियो देख रहा है, कितने % मेल फीमेल रेशियो क्या है, एज रेशियो क्या है, तो on how many people like your content, out of which you are watching, कि कितने % लोग like करते हैं and all that. तो लाइक कमेंट के लिए तो मैं बोलता नहीं, कमेंट कर देना, बट लाइक वगैरह के लिए तो मैं बोलता नहीं. आई जस्ट से कि सब्सक्राइब कर लेना इफ यू लाइक द कंटेंट. एंड द एनालिटिक्स सेड दैट 80% ऑफ पीपल हु वॉच माई वीडियोज आर नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल, 79.26% टू बी प्रिसाइज. So you can watch the videos and you can subscribe if you want, if you like this kind of content, and I'm going to post a lot of content soon. ठीक है. So thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you in the other video.